Okay, people. So my peoples over at Signature literally just hit me up about this new film. You hurt my feelings. Right? It is written and directed by Nicole Hol Holofcener. Holofcener? I hmm. I think that's how you say it. I may very well be wrong though. Dear oh dear. She did the Can You Ever Forgive Me? Right? It was the film with Melissa McCarthy about and she was forging letters and stuff. You know, I really enjoyed that film. I saw it at the London Film Festival in 2018. Boy, that feels like a lifetime ago. Anyway, people. Okay, so the film is produced by Stephanie Asbinzu, Anthony Bregman, uh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Nicole Holofcener. Okay, Gregory Zuck and Johnny Holland executive produce. Michael Andrews handles the music. Jeffrey Waldron, cinematography. Elisa Lepsetler edited the piece. Rory Bergman and Jenny? Gian? My mind has just switched. Huh. Gian? Oh, Gian McCarthy? I don't even know. I'm feeling very fucking stupid right now. Is it like Jeanne? Jan. Jan. It's not Jan. Fuck it. Whatever. You know, that person. You know, they were on casting. Sally Levi, production design, set decorations, Ambi Fran. Costume design is Chloe Carmine. And our cast. Well, Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays Beth. Her husband, Don, is played by Tobias Menzies. Her son, Elliot, is played by Owen Teague. Her sister, Sarah, is played by Michaela Watkins. Sarah's husband, Mark, is played by Aaron Moyd. Right? There is then her agent, Sylvia, that's Beth's agent, played by Latanya Richardson Jackson. There's Frankie, played by Sarah Steele. We have got Jim, played by Zach Cherry. Jonathan, played by David Cross. Caroline, his wife, played by Amber Tamblyn. Who else? We got Georgia, played by Jenny Berlin. Jared, played by Brian Renozo. April, played by Spike Einbender. Chris, played by Walter Brands. Hal, played by Doug Moy. Romy, played by Lindsay Lewis. Esther, played by Claudia Robinson. Ivy, played by Erica Marr. Matlin. Chris, played by Walter Brands. Yeah, I think that's probably it. They're the main peoples anyway. So the gist of the story is this. Beth struggles with a lack of self-confidence And her marriage with unsuccessful therapist Don is affected by a betrayal. Before this, they had a peaceful but codependent relationship, what makes their only child uncomfortable. Beth's sister helps her cope with the pain, possibly because of her own struggles with husband Mark, who is a struggling actor. So yeah, that's it. Like, I like this kind of film. You know what I mean? It's very low key, but it feels very natural, right? Because you're dealing with just everyday shit, right? There's no big, huge, crazy events happening, right? I mean, there is something that happens, yeah, which was kind of crazy towards the end, and there was like the betrayal thing, but it's not crazy, right? If you say betrayal, most times, it's something like, whoa. Now, this, it's low key, but it's on that kind of personal level, right? That emotional level. And that's, the strength of the film for me. Because it's dealing with things that I think people will relate to and resonate to, you know? Right. And I think a lot of this may be interpretation, right? How you deal with the film. Because when, like just that synopsis, right? Where it's saying, um, she struggles with a lack of self-confidence. I don't think it's naturally a lack of self-confidence, right? But she's trying to gauge if her new book is going to get picked up, right? She's anxious about that, which everyone gets. You create something and it's just like, will people like it? You know what I mean? Have I connected with the people I want to connect with, right? And unsuccessful therapist Don, I don't know if he's really unsuccessful. I don't know. Like, he seemed disillusioned, right? I feel that's a better word, right? He feels, it just seems he's disillusioned with things, right? He's lost his passion for the work, you know? I mean, that really speaks. And I don't know if I'd call it a codependent relationship because they like each other, right? We see them interacting. Now, they share an ice cream cone, which, possibly not everyone's going to do. You know what I mean? Though, I don't think for the reasons, right? Because I think some people be like, I mean, we can't share an ice cream. Like, you've licked it and I'm going to lick it. I mean, listen, if you're with someone, your mouth has been in certain places, yo. So, you know what I mean? Like, sharing an ice cream isn't the crazy thing, but I'd want my own. Also, it's going to be a bit messy. But, right, these things, sharing food, kissing, hugging, all of this, it feel me, it more resonates as a caring relationship. Right. So you're watching it and you're seeing these interactions. And really a big thing here is validation. Right. That feels like it's a theme with everyone, like Beth with her publisher, right? Don with his clients. You've got Elliot with his parents. Sarah with her client. She's I don't know the word for it. It's like when you help people fit out fit out their homes, right? Find the right decorations and things like, what would you call that? I don't know what you would call that, but that's what she does, right? So it's that. And her husband, Mark, is an actor. and he's trying to find work, right? So everyone's dealing with validation issues, and it's interesting at the different levels of which this comes, right? And then you see people projecting their anxiety on others, right? Like you have Elliot like confront his parents because of things he feels they've done to him, and you're just like, what, homie, shut the fuck up. But you know what? You know what I mean? You're watching it and like, that's it. I'm thinking, you little bitch, shut up. You had parents that loved you, motherfucker. But you can feel shit, right? Like, just because someone feels a way, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right or it's wrong, but you might just feel it. Sometimes you want to shake a motherfucker and tell them, yo, you need to sort your shit out. You know what I mean? This ain't about me. This is about you. Fix your shit. Obviously, you say it in a nicer way. You know what I mean? But that's it. But that's the thing. Like, I think, as I said, you can relate to this. I think a lot of people go through these issues, right? Wondering, does my partner like me? Right? Do the people at work respect what I do? You know what I mean? Like, or going for interviews. Like, am I a fraud? Do people see my talent? Like, do I have talent? Huh? What is going on? Right? So we ask each other these questions. We ask ourselves these questions. Right? And sometimes little white lies might come up. Right? You might say to someone, hey, what do you think about my article? And he'd be like, yeah, it's great. Oh, you killed it. And he'd be like, I don't read that shit. Or, oh, it was so bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. So what do you do? What do you do? Do you tell someone, wasn't for me? Or that was awesome? You know, that's always a tricky one. And especially, right, if it's someone you really care for, you don't want to hurt their feelings. You want to encourage. But what you know, see, me, I take the viewpoint of I ain't gonna gas someone up, right? If there's something I didn't like, I'd be like, yo, you got your thing done. That's awesome. But I'm not gonna be like, it's the best I've ever seen. No, because that's a lie. I didn't like it. But mad props for them for doing the thing they wanted to do. I try and keep it 100. I kind of try and be honest, which is why, when I blow things up, yo, I really mean that shit. You feel me? Yeah. But that's the thing, because sometimes people don't like that. Right? But you have to work out how you approach these things and then realize it can hurt people's feelings sometimes. Right? Which is the crux of the film. And so that's why it's so interesting. And then it's just like, oh, how do people get through that? What do we do? But we see these really nice moments. Like there was a real nice moment towards the end, right, with Beth and Elliot, where I think that's Elliot then realized how much of a little fucking dick he's been. I mean, that's just my interpretation, people. That's just me. You might think something different. All right. But no, really, this film, I really enjoyed it. I think, as I said, I like these kind of lo-fi films where not a load of crazy things happens. It's just a slice of life, right? When I watch something like this, I think of stuff like Somewhere, Sophie Capella's fourth film, right? Fourth, Virgin, Lost, Marianne. Yeah, full film, right? Sidewalks of Manhattan, you know what I mean? 13 Conversations About One Thing. You know, I think of those sorts of things. I like those sorts of films, right? Even Linklaters Before Trilogy, right? That's just these couples situation, right? We're not seeing them do these crazy things. They're just walking and talking, interacting, but that's life, right? And when you have a great script as well, and people talk in a natural way, where you'd be like, yo, I've had that conversation. I feel that. You know, that's why it resonates, right? So I would say, people, if you like those films that I just mentioned, you know what I mean? Somewhere, Sidewalks of Manhattan, 13 Conversations About One Thing, if those are your jams, right? You know, if you love films and you know the Before trilogy, you know how legit that shit be. Then I think, people, I think that You Hurt My Feelings is gonna talk to you. Okay, it's available right now on Prime and anywhere that you get films. So yeah, check it out because I think Nicole has done it again. Another banger. Boom.